Good afternoon. It's been a while since we got here, Nigerian politics, and this is Nigerian politics 301. So we're going back to the third season, let me put it that way, and the first edition in the third season. Now we've done season 1 and 10 editions. We've done season 2 and 10 editions. So you see 101 to 110, 201 to 210, and here we are at 301. Today, I'm discussing the seasons in politics and the factors that win elections. Now, I've explained this in the past edition, so you may have to go back there and check. I've explained this, that there are 3 major campaigns, 3 major steps, and so 3 major strategies that you need to put up if you're winning elections. The first one is the conversation you have within your party, intra-party conversations that makes your party give you a ticket. You have to do some work to get that. The second one, and of course you need to convince people, tell them about your manifesto and all of that, and all of that, and all of that, and all of that. The second one is the inter-party. That's why you see people come to debate a lot. You need to be able to convince your listeners that you're the better candidate among many. The third one is how you convince the electorate. A lot of times, those who listen to your campaign and debate are not those who are going to vote, a lot of times. So how do you convince the electorate that you are a better candidate to represent them? And by representing them, I mean governorship, in fact, presidency, governorship, senatorial, House of Reps, or House of Assembly, even local chairman level. So some of the factors that determine how you win, this is our part now. I'm speaking about the last part. What determines if you win an election? And you know what's funny? I actually belong to a group that is still working. We work on the ground. Who can tell you if you can win election and if you can lose it? The factors that will make you lose it, and the factors that will make you win it, and how you need to manage yourself to win it. I always speak to people, just make sure you deliver governance. That's all I want to speak about, me as a person. So let me go to those factors. Just, you can take notes, it's important for you. You know, a lot of times when let's make a governorship election an example. In my home state right now, of Osun, my home state right now, this happens everywhere. Take a look at it. Everywhere. There are 3 major regions in each state. It's like you have 6 regions in Nigeria, and you need to win 36 states plus 1 FCT. You need to make impact, let me put it that way. And then you need to reach out to the 6 geopolitical zones. But in each state, you have either the state west region, the state central region, or the state east or north region. Yeah, each state is divided into 3, each of the states. That's why usually you have 3 senators from each state. And those 3 senators are coming from each of those regions in each state. In my home state of Osun, we have Osun East, Osun Central, and Osun West. So I'm making that an example. Osun West is governing right now. Osun East governed 8 years Between the 8 years of Osun East and Osun West, which is sitting right now, there was a 4-year run from Osun Central. But Osun Central had ruled, they've done a calculation of, okay, how long has the state existed? Osun Central has ruled for this number. East has ruled for this many years. And then Osun West has ruled for this little. And so the sentiment is that Osun West should continue to rule just to kind of match up on the ground of fairness. Just to kind of match up with the number of years that the others have ruled. Okay, so Osun West had ruled in the past for a few months, I think it's about 18 months or so, the first civilian governor of the state, whose younger brother is the governor right now, and is on his 3rd year or so. I think next year is another election. So if you have that together, you're saying up to today, they've ruled just about 4 years. But Osun Central has ruled for maybe 12 years plus another 4 years, making 16, something like that. And Osun East ruled for 8 years in the person of Rauf Aregbesola. So when you look at that calculation, the sentiment of the people is that Osun West needs to continue to rule at least for 8 years. Do you understand? This is what I mean when I say one of the factors is what or which region is sentimentally selected to rule. The same thing happens in Lagos, the same thing happens in Rivers, the same thing happens in Kano, the same thing happens in Katsina, the same thing happens in Imo State, the same thing happens all around the country, in every state. That same thing happens. I think there's a particular state, Ogun State. We're having a conversation right now, and they've looked at it and they felt, okay, the only part of people out of three major ones who have not ruled forever is Yewa. And the only person sitting for Yewa, they have Ijebus, they have Egbas, they have Yewa. I don't know if they have a third people. They have like three major people. The only people, and they are minorities, funnily, they are the only ones who have never ruled before, Yewa. So there's a young man positioning himself right now. Nickname is Yayi, who's waiting to be governor. You see what I mean by region. So that's a major factor to consider. Second one is his credentials. Is he studious? Is he a profile? He or she? Do you have a good profile? Have you had experience? Have you done well in the past? Blah, blah, blah. The third one is, who is the predecessor? It's a major one. Do you have the support of the predecessor? And or do you have the support of the federal government? It's important. If your predecessor doesn't want you to succeed him, you're going to find it very tough, especially if you're in the same party. That's why you find a lot of times when the predecessor has a candidate and another party has a candidate, it becomes really, really messy, because the predecessor usually wants to remain influential after leaving office, especially in Nigeria. It's everywhere. Don't be deceived. The third one is funding, or your credibility, or your, funding majorly. Because if you have some credibility, you'll find funding from various other places, apart from your predecessor and a federal government. So give this consideration. Take a look, now that I opened your eyes to it, take a look at all around Nigeria, take a look at different stories, and see how my point is buttressed. Have a very lovely day. Bye.